Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into Silent Hill F. We've got the trailers, some developer comments, gameplay previews, and the big question everyone seems to be asking is, will it have multiplayer co-op? Any online features at all?
Yeah, it's a hot topic, but looking at everything Konami and Miobarts have put out, the answer seems pretty straightforward. It's a no. There's been absolutely nothing official, like zero hints suggesting any kind of multiplayer or online stuff is planned for Silent Hill F.
Okay, so no multiplayer confirmed. That kind of shifts our focus then, doesn't it? Our mission today isn't if it has multiplayer, but more like why. Why are they so set on keeping this strictly single player, especially now?
Exactly. And all the official material, it labels the game very clearly. Single player, story-driven survival horror. Full stop. But yeah, it's interesting, right? In today's market, so many games try to shoehorn in some co-op or online mode. Sticking purely to solo, it feels like a statement.
It really does. You see the chatter online, people wondering if maybe they're missing a trick, Why stick so rigidly to that old formula when lots of modern horror games find success with shared scares?
Well, I think the sources suggest it's less about sticking to tradition just cause and more of a very deliberate strategic decision. Think about it. Konami already has Silent Hill Ascension, which is that shared sort of community-driven horror thing. Silent Hill F looks like it's meant to be the complete opposite. It's designed really specifically to guard that classic, intense psychological horror feel the series is known for.
Ah, okay. The counterpoint idea. Makes sense.
Yeah, and by keeping the story tightly focused on just one character, this protagonist, Hinako Shimizu, in 1960s Japan, they make sure everything revolves around her personal, internal struggles and fears. It keeps it intimate and focused.
Right. So let's talk about how that actually plays out. The hands-on previews mention specific gameplay mechanics. If they're not building this for people to play together, how does the gameplay itself, moment to moment, reinforce that need for isolation?
Well, everything described seems built around making the player feel vulnerable, constantly tense. The previews talk about a core loop that's, quite methodical, exploring carefully, solving pretty complex puzzles, managing your resources. And then there's melee combat, which sounds like it's meant to be maybe a bit desperate, not empowering.
So not exactly run and gun co-op friendly.
Not at all. These actions, they demand your full attention. You have to be completely immersed, completely exposed. You can't just have a buddy cover you while you figure out some weird symbol puzzle, right? So the lack of online isn't just them forgetting a feature. It seems core to the actual pacing and the intended difficulty. It forces you to be alone with the problems.
Okay, that tracks with the Silent Hill vibe. If the whole point is making you feel uniquely alone and, vulnerable, what specific parts of that classic Silent Hill atmosphere are they really trying to protect by keeping other players out?
It's got to be that feeling of just absolute dread, that specific brand of Silent Hill isolation. The series' legacy is built on making you feel hunted, lost, completely disoriented in this oppressive world. Throwing another player into that mix, it just fundamentally changes things. It breaks that spell of being totally alone against something truly unsettling.
Yeah, shared fear is different from solitary terror.
Exactly. So the developers, they seem laser focused on prioritizing that suffocating atmosphere, that deep narrative dive, over, say, the quick fun you might get from a co-op session.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the main thing for you, the listener, to take away from this? It seems a lack of multiplayer in Silent Hill F isn't some oversight or limitation. It's very much a deliberate choice. It's them saying, we're committed to that classic, isolating psychological horror atmosphere first.
Right. And that very commitment to keeping it purely solo, it suggests Hinako Shimizu's journey is going to be incredibly intense. So the final thought maybe is this: if they're so dedicated to absolute psychological isolation, sticking to that traditional formula, just how deep into solitary, unforgiving horror will Hinako have to go to truly live up to their really unsettling legacy, that individual struggle? That's probably the core experience to watch for.